Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Rants, and yes, I said rants, but the show is really going to be Jimmy Unfiltered. We are unfiltered, but a lot of people for 14 years know me by the name of Jimmy Rants, so I'll use the pseudonym Jimmy Rants, but the show is going to be called Jimmy Unfiltered. I want to talk about something, got to get comfortable here. I want to talk about something that I really haven't talked about, and I haven't really been watching the news. I think the news is a waste of time most of the time. But I want to talk about the United States. I want to talk about Iran. I want to talk about Russia and China a little bit. I want you guys to see what I'm trying to say, to see if this makes any sense to you at all. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I mean it's going to affect us. I'm not a doom and gloom guy. Y'all know that. I'm not here to try to scare anybody or, I'm not one of these doomsday prophets, okay? But I am a logistical, logical thinker. Now, this is what's been running through my mind tonight. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm throwing out there what I think could kind of happen. Now, we know that President Trump is really up to here with Iran. We've gone in, the United States and Israel, and I mean bombed the crap out of them. I mean, we have destroyed their navy. We have just knocked down their military, their planes so bad that it's just unbelievable. They are a broken arrow. They are a wounded duck, Iran is. Now look, Tuesday night, I believe it's this Tuesday. Tonight is Easter Sunday night. Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, President Trump said, now look, I'm going to rain hell down on you people if you don't open up the Strait of Hormuz. A lot of traffic goes through that little 25-mile strait. That's where all the oil tankers go. This little region right here supplies about 80 to 90% of, well, I don't want to say all of China's oil, but China buys, is probably, I guess what I'm trying to say is that China is the largest buyer of Iranian oil, which is about 80 to 90%. That's Iran's biggest customer. Okay, I said that to say this. Now Russia is a big oil producer themselves. I don't really know how much oil Russia actually buys from Iran. I don't know. Don't care. But there's a lot of power issues and struggles that could happen here. Okay, getting back to where I was originally trying to get to, President Trump said Tuesday night, I believe it's 8 o'clock Eastern Time Tuesday, and again, this is Sunday night, that he's going to rain hell down on Iran if they don't open up the strait. And what he said he's going to do is it's going to be bridge night, I believe he said. In other words, he wants to blow up all of the big bridges, all the bridges in Iran. Right there, that's going to interrupt their supply line. Without a supply line, you're dead in the water. You can't move equipment if you don't have a way to transport. You need to cross these bridges, but you can't cross the bridges because the bridges are going to get blown up. This is another biggie. He is going to go after he's going to start with the most powerful, but he's going after everybody in Iran as far as their grid, their power. He's going to first attack the biggest power plants. He's going to put them in the dark. You're talking about Tehran, a big city. Every major city, everywhere he's going to make Iran dark is what he's going to do. That is going to devastate Iran. That is going to anger the Iranian people. Hopefully, I think Trump and them's thinking is to turn the Iranian people, which are really basically good people, the Iranian people, and he wants to turn the millions upon millions of citizens against this evil 4th century thinking theocratic regime. You know what I mean? That's going to cause a lot of problems. Now, some folks are saying, okay, well, what if Israel and what if the United States knocks out the entire grid of Iran? Which he's going to do. He's not going to play around. He's not going to say something and not do it. He's going to do it. And if he knocks out all the bridges, he's going to really mess up their control, you know. I got a dog down here that wants a little attention. It's going to knock down their supply chain is what it's going to do, what I'm trying to say. So I'm thinking that if Trump does that, and if Netanyahu does that, they send in the order and they destroy, you know, all of the power. And if they destroy all of the bridges, and if Iran does not still open up the Strait, what would the United States do next? And you know what I think it's going to be? Again, this is just my thinking. I have no knowledge or no information from anybody, but this is what I think he's going to do next. I think he's going to blow up all of the refineries in Iran. I think he is going to destroy all of anything to do with oil production, all the drilling rigs or whatever, all of the ports. I think he's going to completely destroy that. Now, by doing that, that's going to remove Iran's way to make any money. Most of their money that they make, which feeds all of these other terrorist groups that Iran supports, you know, the Houthis and all of that bunch, they ain't going to have any money because Trump and them's going to destroy and wipe out all of the oil wells. In a way, it doesn't really matter in the scope of things. Now, yeah, the world's going to go crazy, man. Prices are going to go astronomical for the short term. Because remember, if they destroy all of the infrastructure that deals with producing oil, from producing it to refining it, the oil is under the ground. The oil is still there. Later on, we could come in, Russia could come in, China could come in, and we can drill that oil back out. But what it's going to do, that's going to choke off Iran. Now, here's something else that I was thinking. Now, this is where I'm just kind of, I don't know, playing what if. Let's say the United States goes in and takes out all of the oil. It shuts down Iran. Okay, fine and dandy. Yeah, that's going to cause havoc in the world as far as the petroleum industry. It really is. It's going to, because this is a global economy. You say, well, we don't really get our oil from Iran. That's true. But a lot of ships from other countries do. And that makes it tough for them to get their ships and things and products, goods and services to us and to other places in the world. So it does affect the United States, what happens oil-wise in Iran. But then there's something else. Now remember this, that China is the biggest buyer of oil from Iran, 80 to 90%. So if Iran goes down, that means that China is not getting that oil, however many, I don't know how many barrels they get a day. Probably, I don't know, I'm not going to take a guess because I don't know. So what's that going to do? Now that could cause the United States to go to China and say, listen, President Xi, look, don't worry about it. We know you need oil. You're a big, massive, populated country. You need your oil. But you can't get your oil from Iran because Iran is shut down. So now you can buy oil from the United States. We'll give you a good price. You can do business with us. Now, if that happens, that's going to put the squeeze on Russia because Russia is an oil producer also. But I also know that China does not like to put all of its eggs in one basket. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket, depending solely or mostly on the United States for their oil. They don't like to play that way. They like it to be distributed. They'll get a little oil here, a little oil there, a little oil here. They got a lot of oil from Iran, but Iran is now out of the game. And at the same time, Russia, which is, again, a big oil producer, what could happen to them is if they are a big supporter of Iran. So if Iran goes down, that means that Russia has now lost a tremendous amount of leverage and power in the Middle East. So that's going to concern Russia. So that means that maybe Russia will go to China and say, hey, we'll supply you with a lot of oil, with the majority of your oil, pushing the United States back. You see where I'm going with this? It's kind of boring, but I'm just thinking out loud. And I guess I want to know, what do you guys think about this? This is like a chess game. I'm telling you, this is a global chess game. And this is not about good and evil. This is about oil and money. All wars, believe me, are just about over oil and money. I think China will still continue to buy oil from all over the place. They don't want to produce a situation for themselves where they're dependent on one country. I think Russia is going to lose support and power in the Middle East because they have leverage there now. I mean, they've been supplying Iran with drones and technology and all kind of stuff to help fight against us, but that's going to remove Iran out of the Russian equation. So Russia's not going to give a damn about Iran anymore. Russia doesn't care about Iran. Again, it's about power, it's about oil, and it's about money. What do y'all think? Can you see, am I on the right track? There's going to be some crazy stuff happening, folks. And this crazy stuff could start happening Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. That'd be 6 o'clock Colorado time, my time. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what? I am not against the people of Iran. I had many, many dear friends from Iran that were wonderful people. It's the regime, the theocratic regime, and the mullahs, and all of them that have literally destroyed and petrified the good people of Iran. They need to be liberated. They need to be free. And if they have to lose some power, that's going to be horrible. And I'll tell you why it's going to be horrible, and then I'm going to wrap it up. It's going to be horrible because if they lose the grid and the whole country goes black, what about the hospitals, the pumping stations for water? You know, like in prepping, we teach, 3 days without water, you're dead. You got a lot of sick people in hospitals without power. They can't make it. I would imagine on a humanitarian basis, I hope they have huge generators, and as a humanitarian service that the world can come together, try to keep the hospitals going, try to keep those people in water, but destroy the regime financially and just cut the head off of the snake. And I think that's what needs to happen. And it's going to affect all of us, people. It's going to affect all of us. Be prepared for some outrageous gas prices, but I think it'll be on the short term. I really do. I really do. I think this is the first time in a long time that I've actually talked about something that has some substance. And folks, this is real. This is not a game. I hope that you have the ability to go top your tanks off. I'm not trying to scare you. I don't want you to be afraid. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's kind of the way we used to talk. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know. Am I wrong or am I kind of right? I don't know. But I'm thinking right now about the United States, Russia, and China. And you got to throw in India too. I don't know how they fit in, but they're the largest populated country in the world. I don't know, guys. Let's see. Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you coming in here to the unfiltered world of Jimmy Rants. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, folks. I'm Jimmy Rants.